Oh, hi there. How's it going? Welcome to the kitchen. I'm gonna make hummus today. You know, back when we used to go out and go to people's homes, for parties, remember that before we were in isolation and everything else? Um, I would often bring hummus, which is it's a Middle Eastern staple, West Asian if you want to be, or Eastern Mediterranean if you want to be geographically correct these days. Anyway, being that I'm half Lebanese and was born in Lebanon and still have family there, I make it in a fairly traditional Levantine way with some of my own variations. So, what we have here, let's focus in on some ingredients here, just so you know what we're dealing with. The main thing, of course, garbanzo beans. And just in case you're wondering, doesn't have to be Trader Joe's. I generally prefer the ones that are not special, not low sodium or anything like that, just plain old canned garbanzo beans, all right? And then we're going to use sesame seed paste, known as tahini, okay? So that's a very important ingredient here. Lemon, okay? Now I've already sliced half of this lemon up and I've juiced half of it. I'll juice the other half. Roughly one mid-sized lemon for 2 cans of garbanzo beans. I'm going to use a little bit of cumin, okay, for an additional taste element. About a teaspoon worth of either garlic or, in this case, I'm using shallot. I find that I prefer that myself, okay? But garlic is fine too. Just got to be careful with it. I feel that in the US, a lot of times the hummus has way too much garlic in it, okay? In my part of the world, we don't necessarily over garlic the way a lot of people do here. A little bit of editorial comment there. Okay, then once we've assembled everything, we're going to garnish it, right? Because we're going to a party, even if the party is at home. We're going to use this parsley, nice green color, nice fresh taste, and some paprika, so we get some red and green, very festive, and drizzle that with a little bit of olive oil on the top. Okay, that's going to make for a very attractive kind of presentation. We're going to put it in a nice bowl, all right? So now we're going to get going. So here I've drained one of the cans of garbanzo beans. Now I like to use some of the liquid, okay? So that's why I've set the liquid aside here, okay? And I'm going to, in fact, use some of this liquid right now to get the either the garlic or the shallot going, okay? So we're going to dump that in here, put some of this in, enough so that we can really liquefy that good old garlic or shallot. And now this is going to make a little bit of noise. Yeah, can you smell that? No, I guess you can't. All right, but you can imagine, all right? So that's nicely liquefied. Let's take a look. You want it to kind of almost look like a cream. So now that we've done that, we are going to put in 1 can's worth of our garbanzo beans, and good idea to put the top back on here before we do this. And there we go. Okay, we get that nice, nice and creamy. And now I'm going to strain these. I may or may not need the liquid from this second can. I just like to have it in reserve just in case, okay? So now let's get these garbanzo beans going in here, okay, and top back on, and here we go. Okay, that's starting to look really good. Here, come and you can take a look. See, it's already kind of, it's somewhat between being thick and being kind of creamy, okay? You don't want it to get too creamy, but you also don't want it all chunky and thick, all right? So, at this point, let's go ahead and do the rest of the lemon, okay? By the way, a juicer like this, I think, is super, super important. It makes life so much better. And we're going to put this lemon in. I might not use all of it right at first. I'm going to be tasting as I go. That's one of the secrets to this. Yeah, let's just rinse the hands a little bit right now. And I'm going to also put in a touch of cumin right now. Okay, so just a couple of, well, all right, I lied. 5 shakes, 6 shakes or so of cumin, okay? All right. Don't hold me to any of this. Maybe I should put a disclaimer up about results and so on and so forth, all right? So, and let's mix that. Okay, now you notice that I grabbed the tahini, and we're going to put in maybe a tablespoon worth of the tahini, okay? Now this tahini is brand new, so it's still a little bit separated. I'm going to try to get it to be a little less separated. Okay, that's better. All right, so here we go with the tahini. As I said, roughly a tablespoon worth, and in it goes. All right, kind of spread it around a little bit. Yeah, get it off of that spoon. All right. Okay. And once again, mix. All right, it's mixing. Okay, now I'm going to have a taste and we'll see how it's doing, okay? Okay, now that's almost there. That's almost there. I think that what we want to do is start to refine it a little bit. So at this point, I think it needs just a touch more of the cumin and a touch more of the lemon. So it's a good thing that I saved a little bit of the lemon here. It's got enough tahini right now, okay? So at this point, it's just a fine-tuning process. Okay, and let's try tasting that again. I'll get out a clean spoon to do that. That's really good. And I'm just going to mix it a little bit more. Now let's come over here and let's take a look at the texture, okay? That's kind of how you want it to look in terms of texture. Now notice that I still had some of this liquid from the beans left over, because if for some reason I needed to, if it was too thick and I needed to thin it out, I could have used some of that. And also for a taste factor, this of course has a little bit of salt in it. So if I needed a little bit more of that, then I could use it. But as it happens right now, that's not the case. So I think we are pretty much ready. now to do this. And we'll get it out of the bowl, and then I'll show you how. To go ahead and decorate it. Hummus in the bowl, and here let's take a look at what happens here. Okay, so put some parsley around the edge, and then sprinkled paprika on there. Okay, so notice how that red and green looks really festive. Now, finishing touches here, a little bit of olive oil on the top here. Just want to coat it a little bit. Okay. And then you can kind of help it to get around the sides like that. Now take a look. Yeah, so this is a nice presentation. So if you're going to a party or you just want to have a nice time, just as we are these days with each other at home, okay, because we're trying to stay safe, this makes for a very, very nice presentation. And serve it with your choice of chips. In this case, we have potato chips here. Any kind of chips really will do. Pita bread, of course, is very traditional. I prefer sometimes lightly toasted and warm pita bread. That's good. Vegetable sticks, okay? It basically is a good savory spread that you can use with just about anything. You can even eat it on its own, okay? And it's very nutritious. Good protein. Great if you're vegan, vegetarian, whatever. And let's while we're thinking about it, let's try some. Let's see how this is here. Okay. Oh yes. Yes, that's the ticket. Okay, well everybody, hope you enjoyed this presentation. Go make your own hummus, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as we say in the old country, sachteen.